What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What can I say except afternoon woke up?
What is up, everyone? Well,
Probably
the
the most
one.
interesting thing that has happened today was that the Moana trailer released. That's what I care about the most today. You think I care about Snape and the race swap? Nope. Care about what's going on with Finn and John Boyega. Had talks with Star Wars at Lucasfilm. Don't care what those talks were. Over with the character in that era. Brand new day. They got some snippets and conversations happening, including Andrew Garfield. We've got a show for you today.
Indeed. Appreciate everybody that's here, the people that are coming in. We got some things to discuss. Yeah, fix that.
Yeah. Let's begin with the Ohana. Let's begin with Maui. Let's begin with Moana's live action film. And because it's not Sony, they're not going to ding us. Well, I'm not going to be copyright claimed for showing this. Don't you like it when you're not copyright claimed, Darius?
I love it because we got hit like crazy on Thursday.
For no good reason.
None whatsoever.
I know a girl from an island. She stands apart from the crowd. She loves the sea and her people. She makes her whole family proud. Moana, listen. Do you know who you are?
The stories are true.
The story has just begun. Beyond our reef, an evil darkness has found us. Moana, the ocean chose you. Find Maui. Restore the heart of Te Fiti and save us all.
Maui, demigod of the wind and sea.
Hero of men.
Huh?
So it goes like this. Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men.
Oh, nice.
Women. Women too. Men and women.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See her light up the night in the sea. She calls me.
I need your help.
I'm not going on a mission with some mortal.
My island, my people, won't survive if we don't make it. The ocean chose me for a reason. And it chose you too.
Listen, princess, if you're gonna do this, you gotta go through a whole ocean of bad.
I'm not a princess. I'm the daughter of the chief, leader of my people.
I am Moana.
Are you ready to be the hero?
Let's go save the world.
I got your back. What? Is there something in my teeth?
Could be better.
Oh, it could be a lot better. Not everything needs to be live action. This is just not one of them to me. This is not one of them to me. I mean, there's a lot of Disney live action films I already have not seen anyway. I have not seen Aladdin. I have not seen Mulan. I have not seen Beauty and the Beast. I've not seen Snow White. I've only seen, I think, Mufasa, Lion King, Jungle Book, which I believe is their best. Is that it? Live action wise for them? That might be it. Not a big fan of Disney's live action films that they've done. Oh, and Cruella. It was all right. Never seen any of the Cinderellas except for Brandy's live action. Yeah. This doesn't, and this for me, I liked Moana, but I also wasn't in that Frozen nor Moana nor Encanto cult phase or whatever group that follows them. So I'll see Moana. It won't be in theaters. It'll be maybe I'll see this. I don't actually. You know, I say I'll see this. I probably not. Like I said, a lot of their live actions I haven't seen, and Lilo and Stitch. Sorry, I like Lilo and Stitch as well. Besides a lot of the changes and the dumb shit that they did to Lilo and Stitch, but yeah, and I think that The Rock looks very strange also in this wig.
Look at the hair as it waves right here. Just pay attention to the waving. Like there's a fan blowing against him. That's got to be affecting his performance because it shouldn't wave this much right here. Look at wave. He's fighting wind. His eyes are gonna tear up if he doesn't blink. Like this is terrible. The wind in the hair to try to liven him up. I guess it makes sense here. The wind in the hair there. That looks good. But everywhere else, it's so unnatural.
Yeah, not a big fan of this trailer. But again, like I said, I'm also not the biggest Moana fan.
Yeah, it's not for us. It's for the ones who are maybe 10 years younger than us.
Yeah.
But
Lilo and Stitch, I thought was for me.
And so they should have waited. The release schedule is not right now, right in 2026. Sit on this movie for another 10 years, and then you can like make people nostalgic about it.
Yeah, but then I go back to what I started with. Not everything needs to be a live action. Sometimes you just have to have somebody in that boardroom say, what if we don't do that and we just leave it how it is?
There's only one princess they have that mentality for. Tiana.
Now I say some again. I said this too when I saw How to Train Your Dragon. I said Disney needs to take notes. Live action. That is how you do a live. If you're going to adapt your animated film to a live action, that's how you do it. Because that was great.
It looks good compared to others. The Rock is just as over the top in the animated. If I compare him to the way Genie was with Will Smith and how he had more pizzazz, he brought something to the performance. I'm not feeling that from The Rock right now. I think he's just speaking normal, regular person. The trailer is meh. It could be good though.
Yeah, it's meh. It's meh.
Good or not? Can we even judge that anymore? Because the story already played out in animation. We know what happened. So yeah, it could be good. It'll be just as good as the first movie. Minor changes.
That's what I thought about Lilo and Stitch. And then walked out, and Lilo was given to the state. And now they want us to believe in Ohana for Lilo and Stitch 2. Which they did get called out on. Which was hilarious. So I don't know. Sometimes these from animation to live actions are done correctly. Again, i.e. the example of How to Train Your Dragon. And then there are those of The Lion King. The beginning of Lion King, that opening is beautiful. That opening to live action is beautiful. The changes that they made can go to hell. You had the hyenas who didn't know who Scar was. There's a lot of different changes I didn't like. So some of them are good, some of them are bad. Most of them are bad. Most of the live actions that they've done, in my opinion, are bad. Their best one, Disney's, to me, is Jungle Book. I think that was their first one, wasn't it? That Jungle Book one was great.
It was an early one with Favreau, right? How do we feel about the girl who plays Moana, though? Does she look Moana-ish?
No, she doesn't, but it's fine. When I say no, she doesn't, I guess she does. Yeah, sure. She looks really young. Moana looked older.
Does she grow up in this movie? Maybe not.
There's a Moana 2, is there not?
Yeah. So they better film that thing right away. The Rock isn't really muscular, though. Rock is wearing a bodysuit, it looks like.
Well, it's that wig that's got my attention. That thing's terrible. I don't know what I was expecting when I was expecting to see him, but that wasn't it.
Do you like when he said, "You're welcome"?
Sounds like the cartoon.
That's not a real body right there. Maybe the arms are real. Torso, no.
His head is disproportionate from the body. It's smaller. That's why, and the wig just makes it all kind of look weirder too. That shot right there wasn't that one's terrible. That shot right there is not that bad. And then you zoom.
It feels like his hair gets drier, and sometimes it's wet. It looks better when it's wet.
Yeah, not the biggest fan, so won't be checking that one out.
I'm overly judging The Rock, not everything else in the movie. Some of the creatures and visual effects looks good. Against the water, they probably shot this in the volume, but it looks all right. Nice sunset. Yeah. Hope she can sing.
I agree with Battery. It looks as bad as The Little Mermaid. That's one I did not see either, and I thought I really was going to see that one, but turns out I didn't.
Rock with long hair will never sit right with me, shaking my head. Maybe because we never saw it ever. And one day we'll see it and we'll go, oh, yeah. No, it's too late. He's bald now. Adnan says, Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. She looks okay. They didn't whitewash her like in Stitch. Is she as dark as the character who you see here on my green screen, though? It's a little bit darker. I don't want to nitpick, but about every colorism issue, I'll let this one go. What up, Blue?
What's up, Blue?
I bet you his daughters are gonna roast him. How old are his daughters now? Remember when he used to sing to her? That was 7-8 years ago.
You know he had kids. Oh, I did know he had kids. I did know that.
Now he had a wig on in Hercules. Trash. Yeah, he did.
Hercules.
Let's jump over to our second story. We're done. The Rock, Moana, thank you for your performance in the animation. You are dull and lifeless in the live action, as is to be expected. The people are turning on the live actions. Lilo and Stitch with the big change with the family thing, and as well as the Lion King, they don't animate the voices. I mean, the jaws and all that stuff. It was weird. Lion King Mufasa, made way less money. We're at a place right now where like Disney doesn't have goodwill, but they're still making millions of dollars. But they just don't have the goodwill anymore. They got to prove themselves with this. I hope they can.
Yeah, people are still going to go, though. I mean, Lilo and Stitch was just last year, and it crossed a bill. Zootopia crossed a bill, although it wasn't live action. So Disney. They had a couple $1 billion projects this past year, proving to everyone that, oh, you guys are still going to come see. Oh, all right. Let's just keep cranking it out then.
I wouldn't say that. I would say Lilo and Stitch could have made more if it was more appealing, maybe to get repeat viewers. And it's going to cost them the next time, too. I think Lion King proves that because the first one made double what Mufasa made. Yes, they're still making lots of money, but just like Star Wars, they made lots of money with Force Awakens, and they're making less and less.
I only think the first Lion King made more than Mufasa because the first Lion King is a generational classic. Mufasa was something they pulled out of their ass and created with a box of scraps. And it wasn't. And then you just change the entire story of what people grew up on. So I think that just was widely, once the word got out that this ain't your mama's Lion King, then people were like, oh, fuck. I want to see this shit.
Lion King 2 is also classic.
They're doing that, so they say.
If Lion King 2 happens, I think it makes Mufasa money. I think everyone is gonna go, I'll just wait for streaming. It's whatever. You need to have a human being acting. It also helps to have someone who can promote the movie who is like literally the same human being in the movie. Voice acting just doesn't cut it. Lilo and Stitch crossed $1 billion. I didn't know that. Yeah, Disney may be hated, but they still make billions. Like Disney is saying, don't hate the player, hate the game. CPS took Lilo and put her in foster care.
Indeed, they did. They were getting called out about that on Twitter when they posted the trailer for Lilo and Stitch 2. They said the Ohana is coming back or something, whatever they said. And they said, what Ohana? There is no Ohana. People were commenting that there's no Ohana. You gave her to the state. So, yeah, I wonder how that's going to play out in the second one.
Look, Snow White didn't make that much, right? For other reasons, but Snow people are turning. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I can't give Snow White. I can't put Snow White on that. Snow White didn't get views for a lot of other reasons.
I'm just looking at that movie. They made $205 million.
Yeah. And they knew they were going to make that or less. From all the discourse around that, it's crazy. Before Snow White even dropped, as far as a trailer, people were already shitting on Snow White months and months and months before. So by the time the trailer got around, and you saw that it really wasn't that great, and then how the dwarves looked, and it was. Not that I was going to ever go see Snow White anyway, but I think that one failed for lots of reasons.
There's a movie, Scream 7, which, just like Snow White, they had people saying, well, look, Free Palestine. If Gal Gadot is going to play a villain in Snow White, we can't support the movie. Free Palestine, we're not going to watch the movie. It did poorly. But then there's Scream 7, which opened really well, better than the Scream 6 movie did. And everyone else was saying, Free Palestine, Melissa Barrera lost her job because she's against the settler colonial state. the thing is, I don't want to say the word, that's why. The thing is, like, I'm trying to weigh how powerful that is and how much people are willing to boycott, and will it work? Still got to see. 8-year-olds are going to have no idea there's a problem. Their parents are going to take them to Disney. So is the word reaching parents? I think parents nowadays are on their social medias and looking at all the jokes and seeing all the comments. What Ohana? I heard Scream 7 was terrible, though. Well, I'm not talking about the quality of the film. I mean to say that when I go on to see what they made, their opening was 63 million, which was more than last time, and they're sitting at 193 million right now. For a budget for a horror movie, that's great numbers. 193. Let's go to this Netflix story. I saw them speaking about this on Back of the Bus. Your boy Yolande Noel is in a show that's called Nemesis. Nemesis is bringing the heist to you on May 14th. Matthew Law and Yolande Noel star in the new drama series from Power Universe creator Courtney A. Kemp. Ready or Heist, creator of the Power Universe, is bringing a new crime drama, Nemesis, to Netflix, and it promises a whole new world of high-stakes action and daring burglary. Co-created with Tanny Morale, Nemesis is the first series in a new creative partnership between Kemp and Netflix. First of all, whatever happened to 50 Cent and his studio that he was doing? I want this is supposed to be his news. Like, he's supposed to be the guy, but I guess their Netflix wanted to talent scout the creators who are not 50. You can check out the first look images right now, including glimpses of the series lead characters, Detective Isaiah Stiles, and heist mastermind Coltrane Wilder. First reaction to this show idea? It's a crime drama. Looks okay. But what are we gonna do? Is the detective a good guy who, like, I don't know, was childhood friends with the bad guy, and then the bad guy turns good? I'm gonna see the first episode, and I'll probably be able to map out whether or not I'm going to be a fan of this series or not. Got the black gloves. Yeah.
I like both actors. I like Yolande Noel.
Who else is in the cast? Matthew Law, Yolande Noel, Cleopatra Coleman, Trey Hale, Dominic Lambordozzi, Johnny Dumbfounded Park, Ariana Guerra, Gabrielle Dennis, and Michael Potts, and Sophia Brown, and Cedric Joe, Jeff Pierre. I don't know these names. It's Mo Irvin, Quincy Isaiah, Jay Reeves, Michael Malley, Stephanie Sigmund.
Don't know these folks.
No. Which is kind of nice though, right? Like you're not gonna ever typecast, or you're not gonna ever see another character when you look at her, because we've never seen her in anything else.
This is a black show from the folks from Power.
Yeah.
Well, look at there.
What Courtney A. Kemp is the name of the creator. "48-year-old Courtney Kemp comes in May. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you guys? I'm interested enough to give it a watch. I'm at 5. You're muted.
I said I'm not. I would have to see a trailer. I don't know anything about the show other than that it's a crime drama series. There's lots of those. So I would have to see what distinguishes this one different from the others, and it just can't be because it's a black cast. I can go watch a black cast on Tubi.
Blue is a fan. He says it's going to be dope as hell. Yolande needs to be in a big budget action movie. I believe he has the chops for it. The Purge, right? He was in that one. At Magic Kingdom 2. 7 or 8 for me. Thank you, Blue, for being the only guy to answer the question in chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you going to be? I mean, it's on Netflix. I can give it a couple episodes. Yeah, sure. That's how we do, man. Netflix is on. You turn it on. You go on your phone. You doom scroll. And if it grabs your attention, great. It grabbed my attention.
I like a lot of the not weird, but a lot of the some of the reality shows on Netflix. Age of Attraction is one, the newer one on there. That one's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Group of people never met. Obviously, some are older, some are younger. You don't tell each other your age. I think there's a process. I don't know when you can tell each other, but you go on a date, you fall in love with this person. And I guess the 8 days you're there, you fall in love with this person and all this kind of stuff. The most shocking age difference that I saw was 60 and 30, and she stayed. She was like, okay, I want to try to make this work. Like, girl, that's your grandfather. But he didn't look 60 because he's black. She's black too. I thought the brother was like 40.
There's a guy who's got kids, and he's like 80. Which actor was it?
Is he black?
No, the guy from Godfather.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Robert De Niro.
De Niro. And like people got on him, like, that's so irresponsible. You're not going to be there for the majority of his childhood. I was like, what a foul complaint to have over to a guy. But also, yeah, it's kind of true. Kind of is true. Like, you're not guaranteed next week, really, when you're that old.
Yeah, but also I wouldn't say it's selfish. I wouldn't call it selfish. That man wanted to have another kid. He had another kid. How you gonna tell how people are gonna say what he did with his genitalia was selfish? That wasn't selfish. That child's gonna be well set up What a lot of these parents are doing out here, having babies with no trust fund money, nothing to keep them afloat in the world when they're adults and out of your house. That's irresponsible. That's irresponsible. How you gonna tell a billionaire you're irresponsible having that kid at 80? As if that kid ain't gonna be set up for the rest of his life. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, sure. He might miss out on the, hey, Dad, you want to go toss the ball around and toss old pigskin around the backyard? Yeah, he might miss out on that, but he's got Benjamin, so he'll be all right. He'll pass his pigskin with somebody else.
With the butler. There's another item coming out of Dwayne Johnson's Twitter account, and it's a behind-the-scenes look at Moana. So, since we're kind of off topic, but we return to the topic of Moana. He goes a minute 20.
For me, Moana is special. To be able to showcase our Polynesian culture in this way has really been a real honor. We want to be protective because the animated film was so good.
On live action Moana, everyone is making sure that every single aspect stays true to what Moana is really about.
We put together a remarkable team of artisans and craftspeople from that region of the world.
This is my dream job. Not only does it involve making beautiful costumes, but it involves my culture.
This means everything to us. Just seeing our faces on the screen was very emotional.
Here in the islands, we use a word called mana, the spirit and the power that comes from in here.
The stories are true.
The story has just begun.
Throughout live action Moana, it has so much mana, and I can't wait for the world to see this movie.
We've seen it.
Let's go save the world.
Did you feel the mana?
No. He said he can't wait for the world to see them. We've seen it. We've seen Moana. We know what Moana. We've seen two of them. We know what Moana is.
It gives me an appreciation though on the craftsmen here, or as they said, the craftspeople here. It gives me appreciation on these dresses. Look at that. Look at Liz. Look how proud she is, putting the tiara of leaves on top of her princess, the daughter of the chief. It worked on me. I think the point that they tried to get across worked on me.
And the point was that they're not getting to see yourselves on screen.
No, the effort to make the movie, like there was a lot that went into it. A lot of people dancing, choreographing. It was a long process. The intense. Look how many people there are offset who are like working here, right here. You know, like this is a huge production. Seeing the Polynesian part, kind of, I don't know. I can't speak to that. I think the island of Hawaii is very far away from the Isles of Samoa, so different. Like, how could you claim? No, we're representing Polynesia. Like, you know, this is a Hawaii thing, Rock. I know you lived there, but you don't count, Rock.
Well, I don't want to be I didn't feel it, but yeah. I mean, as far as the not being able to see yourselves on screen, okay, yeah. We as people, we as our people, we get that too. Understand.
Dang, okay, now I feel some kind of way about it. But how does it really differ from the animated one? And was it just out a few years ago? I think 2016 was when Moana debuted. Something like that.
Darius isn't having a dismissive attitude about Polynesian people wanting representation. I'm saying, if I was supposed to feel something from that, I didn't feel anything from that. I definitely understand. Coming from my own people, we don't get representation either. So yeah, welcome to the club. I get it.
We got another from Arthur. He says, Darius, you need to recognize the beauty in their culture being presented. What part of what Darius said didn't recognize the beauty of their culture? What did you guys hear?
People like to complain. I never said anything about Moana. I started my whole thing with, I'm not even a fan of the animated movie. But that doesn't mean that I'm hating on their culture or not champion their culture. You want to see yourselves on screen? I'm glad you got Moana. That's great. Join the club of the rest of the minorities that want to see themselves on screen. I get it. What do you want me to do? Sit here and say and be in awe of the stuff that I'm not in awe of because it is literally the animated film, just live action? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Sit up here and be like, oh my God, that was fantastic. I totally agree. Oh my gosh. Yes. Seeing yourself. I get it. You want to see yourself. How many times have I played the video of the folks coming out of Black Panther seeing themselves on the poster and saying, this is what white people get to feel all the time. Yeah, I get it. But I'm also not about to sit here and be swoon over it like the rest of y'all. You want to be swoon over live action? I want to be swoon. I'm not.
What happened to my computer screen?
It keeps doing that.
Damn.
No, no. My hms and my ahs were to Chill's response. So don't assume that you know what my ums and my ahs were to. My ums and my ahs were to what Chillmonger said. When he was saying, I don't even remember what he said, but when he said what he said, my hms weren't to that. My hms were to him, to his answer.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so let's fast forward to let's not fast forward. Let's rewind as if I don't live in a world as a minority. Let's rewind to the BAFTAs and how dismissive that was. I understand that being dismissive can be hurtful. I preached on it when we talked about the BAFTAs. I don't need you to preach to me about them being hurtful and being dismissive of being and being a minority. I understand that. You don't like what I said? Move on. I'm probably going to say some more shit in this hour and a half that you don't like.
Let's bring it back, oldie.
So we sitting here looking at this dope ass Black Panther poster, and the conclusion that we have come to is that this is what white people get to feel all the time.
All the time. All the time.
Since the beginning of cinema.
All the time.
You get to feel empowered like this and represented.
This is what y'all feel like all the time? I would love this country too.
Play that many times. So yeah. Definitely understand. Still not swoon over live action Moana.
Your microphone may be like sensitivity probably 20% too high because it gets to that point. I'll try to do it now, maybe if you understand what I mean, but it gets to that point where the volume just does that. Culture May says, what's good, chat? Darius Chill, what it do? Mm-hmm. Then Marvel killed it off. Nah, we're done. Off the Moana topics. Let's get into some of the other things that happened in the news. Was this about horror and representation that you wanted me to talk on? This guy made a...
Oh, what a great segue, because it's something about, goes into what I was just preaching about minorities and understanding and knowing where they're coming from, but still not being swoon over it. This person talking about how some folks have been saying that Sinners, and let me preference this before we even go into Sinners. That's another film I'm not a big fan of, by the way. But saying that Sinners is Black revenge horror because we are getting to see ourselves gun down or kill white folks and get off on that.
So I want you all to watch a video I just happened to open X and see. A content creator claims that Black horror is revenge porn and that Black people are fantasizing about killing white people. Watch this.
This is what Black horror is. It is them living out revenge porn fantasies. So they demonize white people and say, you are villains in our lives, and we are going to literally cast you as a villain in a horror movie. Then we're going to kill you. And then we're going to say, oh no, we weren't killing you, white people. We were killing the villains in our horror movie. Oh, right, a horror movie you made intentionally so that you could kill white people and get off on killing white people. You fucks. And by the way, you kill white people about 20 times more than we kill you. And you kill black people about 1,000,000 times more than we kill black people. You kill black people more than the Klan could ever dream of killing black people, or did. The Klan killed a few thousand in the entirety of their lives, and even that number is in question. And if you want to get super advanced, a lot of the people that died deserve to die.
All right, now let's deal with his argument logically. First, the idea that black horror is revenge porn is already a misunderstanding of horror genre in general. Black horror, especially modern films, are not about random violence. They're strategic. They reflect power, history, social tension. When you see films where white characters are villains, it's not fantasy. It's symbolism rooted in historical reality. Slavery wasn't symbolic. Jim Crow wasn't symbolic. Systematic oppression wasn't symbolic. So when those dynamics show up in art, that's not revenge. That's a reflection of our reality.
Okay.
Secondly, you show the scene of vampires attempting to enter black spaces. That's very indicative of taking black culture and making profits off of it for centuries. Cultural appropriation, and it's still happening. So the same way that our culture gets consumed, repackaged, and profited, that's what vampires do. And we're still marginalized as content creators. The third thing I want to mention is he pivots to crime statistics. It's a smorgasbord of vomit. This is where people try to sound analytical, but they ignore context. When people say black people kill black people more, that's because crime is typically intra-community. Moreover, white people kill white people at high rates too. I mean, look at all these wars. Eesh. But why? Because people live near people who look like them. That's basic sociology, not an I gotcha moment. And the claim that black people kill white people at higher rates, even if you isolate numbers, you still have to ask, what are the conditions? Poverty, segregation, over-policing, economic disparity. You cannot strip data from context and then pretend it's the whole story. That's not logical.
Nope.
That's selective framing. So at the end of the day, calling black horror revenge porn says more about how you interpret black art more than what the art is actually saying and doing. It's called cognitive dissonance. You cannot take in new data without having your own spin on it. And lastly, when people tell the truth about European Americans who identify as white, you are likely going to label it as revenge. And that usually means that the reflection is hitting you a little too closely.
Hit dog will holler. But I agree with Battery too. Explaining racism to people, it is what it is. I just thought that was an interesting that wasn't the first time rather that I had seen that going around, people calling, especially since the BAFTAs, calling Sinners revenge horror or porn or whatever it is for black folks. And I'm like, did I like the part at the end where the KKK that set up the twins to kill, not just the twins, but to set them all up to try to get them all in that juke joint to kill them, and then the tables were turned and they all got good? Did I like that? Hell yeah, I like that. And that is a reflection of history, as the man said. That's not. It's like another one I saw today. I saw this today. It was a video from what's the name of the movie? It was Blood of My something. I bookmarked it. The name of the movie was blood done sign my name. And people in the comments, white folks in the comments was like, this is propaganda. Here we go. More black folks complaining about, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And it's just like the people and the black folks in the comments were like, how is this propaganda? This is literally, y'all act like as if Emmett Till didn't happen or as if something. Anyway, it's just so funny how they try to pretend history it's not real.
They tried to belittle it. Then they tried to, it's actually a problem, with him killing all the KKK. No, that was probably my favorite part of the movie at the ending. I'm like, thank you, Ryan. That was nice to see that Smoke takes them all out. Good.
Yeah. That I did. I not. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I didn't love that part. Of course, I love that part, but I'm also not looking for white folks to be just gunned down on a daily. Like that's not my thought process.
Yeah. Truth Teller says the upcoming "They Will Kill Us" movie with Zazie Beetz has similar themes.
Yeah, that's also who's directing that. It looks like a Tarantino film, but not Tarantino. Who's doing that?
Larantino?
Is it Flash's dude? I don't think so.
Oh, Andy Muschietti?
I don't think it is.
Maybe it is. Smoked them. Ha ha ha. I love he got to hold his baby again too. Yeah, I saw a clip where they explained he's holding the cigarette on his left hand, not his right hand, and then he drops it, and then all of a sudden it's on the right hand again. And that's not an editing. That just means like he's in a dream sequence. It's hard to explain without playing a clip of the movie, but it was cool. Something rich. But sometimes you don't need something rich. Sometimes you just need dumb entertainment. And sometimes Scottie Pippen and his new soda give us that.
Let's set the record straight about Pip. When you think about Pip, you think of what? Second best?
Fact check him, Pip.
When something has been considered second best for so long, we just blindly accept it as gospel.
A decades-long plot built on marketing, social media.
Multi-part documentaries.
Pip took that personally.
Yeah, I said it. Pip is a GOAT.
It's Pib.
Don't correct me.
Hey, yo, Mr. Pib.
Let's set.
As many commercials and things as some of these NBA stars have been doing for years and years and years, that acting bug has never bit them.
Right?
It has never bitten them. I can't imagine how many TV appearances or whatever commercials Scotty has done, and he's still just literally like as if he's reading it for the first time.
There's probably some examples I can't think of right away of good acting, like Kobe and Michael B. Jordan, when he was like, I'm gonna
Kobe's
play you
was
in a
good.
movie. Yeah, remember that one? And then
The
Michael B.
Kanye
said,
ones.
oh yeah, what the hell are you talking about, Kobe? Are you
Those
the
are
same
good.
animal but a different beast? That one? That was good.
Those
Kobe
are
was all
great.
right.
Those are good.
Kobe brought it. Who else did? No, that's why Kobe was special.
You know what? I actually give it to most of them in Like Mike. They did a pretty good job. Most of them in Like Mike didn't do that bad.
Probably because they all just had moments. If they had to carry a movie like LeBron in Space Jam 2, yuck.
Yeah.
I think Vince did a great job. You know, whenever I watch the Spurs in the HEB commercials, they all stink.
Yeah, like Lauren said, Jordan in Space Jam. I can give it to definitely. He was good in Space Jam. Trying to think of some other movies some NBA players have been in.
Sometimes Shaq is good. Maybe you got to be a Laker. That's the trick. Dwight Howard, he does good. He acts. I think I saw him on Sweet Life one time.
I'm trying to think of some other things. NBA player. I don't know. Kobe was on an episode of Sister.
Yeah, Rick Fox. That's another actor. Yo, you gotta be a Laker.
Yeah. Rick Fox is good too. Rick Fox is good too. He's come a long way. I remember when he showed up in
In the game?
In the game, it was a little rough, but he's come a long way. He's come a long way. Rick Fox is good though.
What's the fish that saves Pittsburgh?
I'm not sure. What NBA players have? Let me see.
It's gonna be Shaq, and it's gonna be everybody but Derek Fisher. Shift that saved Pittsburgh was a 1979 sports comedy.
Kevin Garnett and Uncut Gems. That's right. Ray Allen played in He Got Game, and it was great. It's one of my favorite movies, actually.
Hey, Lakers and Celtics.
Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew.
You did good, yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, an Airplane, a movie from the 80s.
I saw a clip of that.
Dennis Rodman stars in films like Double Team and Simon Says. I don't think I've seen either.
Look how she turned that on us because we didn't know the fish that saved Pittsburgh. We're too young. All right. That's going to make yourself feel better. I'm not going to say the counter to that.
Let me see if I can find it. Anthony Edwards and Hustle, Dirk Nowitzki, Allen Iverson, and Chris Webber all appear. Oh, like Mike.
Yeah, like Mike.
Yeah.
He tried to ask a player for his autograph. He turned around and couldn't even see where Bow Wow's head was.
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal, Kazam.
No, we're not counting that one.
You're not counting Kazam.
As good. Is this just a list of actors or is it a ranking? What is this?
No, this is just a list.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just a list.
The greatest basketball movie ever is Above the Rim. Coach Carter, Loving Basketball.
Oh, I forget. Kevin Durant did play in that terrible Thunderstruck film.
Talent beats hard work when hard work takes talent off.
I'll tell you what, as an AAU coach during that time, that was probably one of the worst sayings because that shit was everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Teams were chanting it. It was on the back of warm-ups. Like I was like, oh my Lord. Oh my. Yeah.
Funny thing is Bow Wow stopped growing after Like Mike.
Dwight Howard was in Just Right. The basketball movie. He was a Laker at the time. So maybe it is you have to be a Laker.
Yeah. I don't remember it though.
I don't remember him in Just Right, but I also barely remember Just Right. Yeah, I would say He Got Game is probably up there as one of the best basketball movies.
Yeah. Rick Fox had a little cameo. He was showing Jesus the new college.
He was. They're not NBA, but it's a basketball movie. Wayne's Brothers, Six Man. Six Man is a really good basketball film too. It's a really good one.
Perp is gonna get me into the baseball bag. I feel the baseball movies and boxing movies are the best sports movies.
Angels in the Outfield always sticks in my head because if you were a kid growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s, that VHS tape, any Disney movie, how they had that opening VHS thing, the two brothers talking about packing their bags, wanting to go to Disney World and all that kind of stuff. And then it goes into the montage of Disney movies. And Angels in the Outfield was I think the first one they showed. And I only have that because I've never seen Angels in the Outfield. I've only seen the cuts from it.
Kareem and Bruce Lee in the movie Game of Death. Joanna Man, White Man Can't Jump.
Joanna Man. I just watched Joanna Man the other day. It's on Tubi. Yeah, White Man Can't Jump is a classic as well. Sandlot. I agree with I Am Too Fly. Will always be a sports movie classic.
Sandlot, right. I'm from Philly, so I'm gonna say Rocky Creed. I'm from Philly. What you know about me? I'm either gonna say Rocky or Creed. Mighty Ducks. Now we're doing hockey, perp. Mighty Ducks 2 is the greatest sports movie. Oh man, is it? You can have no if that's your favorite or one of the best. Sure.
I don't know. Remember the Titans exist, and it is up there as one of the greatest sports films as well.
Let's table this. Maybe we can invite Perp and other YouTubers to do a tier ranking of best sports movies.
We should do that, like we did with the Disney songs.
Yeah. So I'll put more thought into it and have a list of 32 teams, and we can go toe to toe. And I'll do like you can only choose 5 from one sport, because if we get too many of basketball movies, then it's not fun, right?
Yeah, but there's some really good basketball movies.
I don't want to neglect hockey and tennis and all the other ones.
See, I'm such a sensitive person when it comes to films and stuff. I cry. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. TV shows, movies, I cry. McFarlane makes me cry. That's a good sports movie. That's a damn good sports movie about those the cross country kids, the Hispanic cross country kids. That's good. They have the white coach. What's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Bodyguard. He played Whitney Houston's bodyguard in Yellowstone. Lead actor in Yellowstone. Is it Yellowstone? I think it's Yellowstone. It's a great movie. Great sports movie.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin fucking Costner. Yes.
Thank you, Xavier. Showmonger finally changed from that Cuba bunker refugee background. No, he didn't. Showmonger is back with the green screen. Hardball over Sandlot. Probably.
Yeah. I would give Hardball culture-wise over Sandlot. Yeah, great sports movies.
Moving on. Let's do Star Wars.
We can go to that world.
First, there's some official Mandalorian and Grogu merchandise that we have to talk on.
As excited as I am not for this movie, that top left one is dope. I like the top left one a lot. So I'll probably get a shirt, but just not excited for the movie.
It's something though. That's not bad. You'll get the shirt, sure.
Yeah. Now this shirt is coming from. Have you ever shopped at Box Lunch?
No.
Box Lunch is like this type of store for like comic book movies, or not just like nerdy stuff. And they do some really good shirts. So I'm sure but they're expensive as hell. So I'm sure the shirt's probably like $50, $60. But it does look good. Yeah, it looks good. And it's good quality shirts too. It's not like that shit you're gonna wash and it's gonna crinkle up and then the front's gonna be all faded. Because I've gotten a couple from them. I know I got one for my Kang shirts from there. My Wanda shirts from there. They do some good stuff. Lawrence said he didn't like any of these shirts.
Even the baseball one?
Oh yeah, my T'Challa baseball jerseys from there too. I don't like the baseball jerseys for them. I just like that top left one. Battery says best sports movie, can't have kids getting shot and killed.
G-Baby had it coming, and it was Jamal's fault too.
So sad.
He was supposed to tell him, no, don't go the other way. we got business that we got to take care of in our building. That's what he should have said, but he didn't tell him that.
Very sad.
Sticking to Star Wars. Okay, here we go. John Boyega. He was talking to Dave Filoni. It says Boyega confirms he had talks with the new president Filoni about returning as Finn. When an audience member at MegaCon Orlando shouted, "Get Dave on the phone," Boyega replied, "I actually have actually." Ooh. MegaCon was hella eventful. I didn't know this little convention in Orlando would have so much news.
Yeah, my only issue with that is if he's talking with Dave, is it as a new character or is this reviving Finn? Because if we're reviving Finn, then that means we have not let go of Rey, which I already knew, which means we are not letting go of that side of the saga.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Like, of course, it'd be cool to see John Boyega have Jedi powers and do all that cool stuff. It would be cool. But damn it, you had 3 movies to do that, and he never did it. So I feel like time is up then. I'll take another black character in Star Wars who doesn't have the baggage, be a cool Jedi, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to rehab this. But in their sense, in their head, they spent millions of dollars and resources on trying to make Rey and Finn a thing, and we want to bank it on it again. So in their head, they feel like they'd be throwing money away, and all the hard work that they had over 10 years, they'd be throwing it away. And I think it is to the benefit to throw it away or to stop using those characters. But they feel like they got to go back to them. Yeah, we could go back to them after a successful decade of Dave Filoni doing Star Wars projects, and then we could say, hey, why don't we tell a story using Rey and Finn? They're older now. I would say fine, let's see what's, you haven't steered me wrong, I'll give it a chance. But I just don't want to go back to it now because they represent more of the same. So what is John Boyega talking about? If it is the character Finn, no. If it's to voice somebody, if it's to be Star Wars, they can wear prosthetics and do other things. Why? It's got to be Finn.
Yeah, well, that just to me just speaks to we haven't learned. And we're going to continue to do what we're going to continue to do. I told you. That's why I kept saying, everybody was like, ding dong, the witch is dead. She might be gone, but that fart she left is going to linger for a long, long time.
Appearing at MegaCon Orlando, the actor was asked about potentially reprising the role, prompting one audience member at the panel to shout, "Get Dave on the phone." To that, Boyega replied, "I actually have actually." Filoni has been appointed the president of Lucasfilm after Kennedy. So it feels like something may indeed be happening here. We know Filoni is high on Simon Kinberg's post-Episode 9 trilogy, and it could be there or in the long-delayed Rey movie that Finn finally returns.
It's going to be in something.
Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Boyega was quoted as saying last spring. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. You can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they just scattered that in there, bro. They're okay with us playing the best friend, but once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my God, it's just a bit too much. They're pandering, he added, referencing the now expected backlash when a franchise like Star Wars casts a black actor in the lead role.
Yeah, and that's not the only time Boyega has spoken up against it, about his time and at Lucasfilm and Star Wars, Disney, that umbrella. So those zeros that Dave is talking, have to be good enough because it ain't the story that's driving Boyega back. Maybe it's the leadership. Maybe he had issue with leadership. Maybe it's the new leadership that's maybe it's not zeros. But I would bet on the high end it's zeros. He said a lot of shit. This is not, that's just a snippet. So and on multiple different occasions said a lot of different shit. So But I also said when he was saying all that stuff, if they all do come back and they are continuing with the sequel saga stuff, the zeros will be enough to get them back. Just like Tom saying, "Oh well, once I marry Zendaya and we have a kid, we're done." Okay.
Maybe he says that to try to get the more zeros. He says that stuff, you believe him, and then you pay him more. Is that it for Star Wars? Yeah, okay. That's it for Star Wars.
That
Game of
is
Thrones.
6th. The 6th is Shadow Lords. Can't wait. A few more days.
Knights of the Seven Kingdoms wraps season 2 filming in June. It releases in HBO in 2027. Only 1 year. That's a novel. We're only going to wait 1 year.
That's a good turnaround, but when your episodes are also, 30, 25 minutes, that's a good turnaround for sure. I just want to know how far we're going. How long are we going? Are we going all the way up till Egg sits the Iron Throne and stopping? And if so, how old is this Dexter kid? He's a baby, isn't he? Isn't he like what? He's like 9 or something? He sounds 9, looks 9. How old is this kid? Dexter, I think it's Stroll.
Whoops.
Dexter Soul Ansel. He's so young. His age is not even listed right there. Let's see. He's 11.
He's 11. Maybe he was 10 when they filmed this.
His birth date. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say his birth date, but it says September. He's born in 2014. Lord have mercy, 2014.
I hope he has hair in real life.
He does.
Nice.
He does.
Kids
but
get bullied for
the only reason I asked that is because if they're going for season 2, however long, they're probably gonna have to cast. If they go up to him sitting the Iron Throne, they're gonna have to probably cast somebody different. So he won't get to ascend the Iron Throne himself. But the kid's a damn good actor. He's a damn good actor. And that is a very, like I said, a very good turnaround. This universe, that world of Westeros is amazing. So the more that they can do, I say do. Love that world.
And it's only 6 episodes. Yeah, so the turnaround time doesn't need to be long. With the short episodes, that could have been 1 whole season. Sack def ain't dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, to D Stizzle's question, I didn't see that earlier. Glory Road is one of my favorites. I like Glory Road a lot. Coach Haskins. Yeah. More of that. More. That's what George R. R. Martin says he's writing currently, more Duncan Egg stories for them to, to give to them and all that kind of stuff. Yes, they did.
Daredevil. The abuse fuels me, Harry. Sorry, I read the wrong thing. This is a Harry Potter topic. The abuse fuels me. Harry Potter TV actor Papa Esidu slams racist backlash following Snape casting. I've been told quit or I'll murder you. Okay, I'm going to begin here. The release strategy or part of the publicity is taking advantage of the racism. He got all these death threats and everything when he was cast. He got them many times in the last year, but because we're getting close to the release of the show, now we're seeing the articles and the press and putting the attention on this show now. So if you're anti-racist, then you're going to support him. That's what they're going for. And I say I'm anti-racist and I don't support this casting because it doesn't introduce black characters into Harry Potter. It just gets an actor a job. I think the I think giving Harry Potter a student friend with more lines like Dean. I think there's other black characters who exist in Harry Potter who you can expand their roles, give them backstories. You can have effort and create a brand new character from Ravenclaw who we never saw in the books or never saw in the movies before. But we can add that to the Harry Potter lore, have a significant melanated skinned character. But instead they do this. And I am anti-racist and I am against your casting Papa Esiju.
I don't think anybody should be shocked, really. I'm sure he's not shocked. I would hope he's not. I thought, I don't know what his team was thinking when they took the role. Maybe they were thinking that it's on the lines of where he is and the things he says in this article, because I did read some of the things that he said, where he was saying, which I agree. I mean, I'm playing a wizard in a fictional show, and I agree with everything he says. I advocate for Moses Ingram, and then old dude from I don't give a damn about Lord of the Rings, but I remember when all that shit was going on with the TV show. And then fast forward to, rewind a little bit to House of the Dragon season 1. How pissed and still pissed they are that Valerians are black. It's it's one of those things in media, fictional sci-fi shows and things like that, movie shows, where when you cast somebody that looks like us, it rubs feathers the wrong way. However, it rubs feathers the wrong way when there is a pre-established character that you are just race swapping to check a box. Severus Snape he's not black. He's just simply not. So the fact that you went out of your way to cast what's his name? Papa
Essedu,
to cast Papa Essedu to be Severus Snape doesn't make any sense to me, especially when prior to learning about this TV show, you introduced the highly successful Harry Potter game, which introduced the all-black wizarding school that we learned is even older than Hogwarts itself. So you could have had students from there. You could have, since you are now diving into things that we didn't get to see in the movies. We have been told that each episode is going to be an hour long, and then each season is going to represent an entire book. Well, if we're going to be diving into things that we didn't get to see and undoubtedly adding things because you have your own creative spin on it, you could have added some black folks in there without making Papu or Papa or whatever his name is, without making him Severus Snape. Now, he says the hate fuels him. Sure, that's fine. But for me personally, and I'm not him, so maybe that's why he is different from me. But you look at Moses Ingram, she had to turn her shit off. Kelly Marie Tran just recently spoke up after 10 years of The Last Jedi. She was Rose Atika in The Last Jedi, and she was massively bullied for her race and her role in Star Wars and things like that. And she said, and again, she is not him, but she said in hindsight, she's got looking back on it and things like that, it was still hurtful, things like that, and blah, blah, blah. She doesn't know if she's ready to even still go back to that world or blah, blah, blah. He may, that type of stuff may fuel him to give a outstanding performance, but regardless of, and that's fine, he can give an outstanding performance. And I may be one of the ones that even say, oh, that was great and blah, blah, blah. I still don't like him as Snape, but him giving an outstanding performance, people are still going to feel the way they're going to feel. The racists are still going to be racist, and they're still going to be bigots because you were entering, because to them, it's why are you putting this black person in my fictional space?
Yeah, this is my escapism. I don't want any of that when I turn on my TV and try to chill.
Yeah, which I mean, the conversations around the Valarians and House of Dragon is so it begins to go off from fiction, and you can tell it's literally just hatred. So he's gonna probably, as he's already said, he's gotten a lot of hatred stuff. People telling him, I will kill you, I will murder you, and blah 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 blah. He's probably gonna get some more. Probably gonna get some more when the show comes out. When we get our first look at him in a picture or behind the scenes or something.
Do we get that here? No. We get old pictures of the old cast.
I still don't know why they did this though. It just doesn't make sense.
Read his quote. He says that the reality is that if I look at Instagram, I'll see somebody saying, I'm going to come to your house and kill you. While I hope I'll be okay, nobody should have to encounter this for doing their job. Many people put their lives on the line in their work. I'm playing a wizard in Harry Potter, and I'd be lying if I said it doesn't affect me emotionally. The abuse fuels me and makes me more passionate about making this character my own because I think of how I felt as a kid. I would imagine myself at Hogwarts on broomsticks, and the idea that a kid like me can see themselves represented in that world, that's motivation to not be intimidated by someone saying they'd rather I died instead of doing work I'm going to be really proud of. Well, chill the fuck out, Papa SCG, because I think that you brought some great points to the party, except none of it lasts because you are a temporary race swap. Your representation that you think you're providing will be race swapped again, just like when Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter play was casted a black woman to play Hermione. Well, in this show, where's Hermione? You can see her skin tone right here. I forget what her background is, but she's essentially a lowly melanated person. I don't want to call her white and misrepresent her, but this is what Hermione looks like here. One day they might do a thing where they do, how about Ron? Let's make him black instead. Then we get to satisfy our black quota, and Professor Snape is going to be white in that thing when they reboot, as Harry Potter will reboot for generations, the same way books like every Judy Blume book, Alex Cross is a book that gets rebooted and has many people playing the character. When we reboot books, when we reboot Papa Isiju, this meaningful representation that you're talking about how, I want kids to see themselves and that's how I imagined it. You are providing that for one series. You're not providing that for the long term. If you want to do something long term, be part of the movement to launch a black character in Harry Potter, to popularize, elevate an existing character. That way, that doesn't go away. And we always cast a black person to play that role. They could do Albus Dumbledore next time. And when I say next time, I mean 15 years from now when they try Harry Potter again on a TikTok or whatever the most popular app is for watching movies and TV shows. They'll do a black Albus Dumbledore. There, we satisfied our check boxes. But did it launch a black character? No. You're just like Kingpin, who once was played by Michael Clark Duncan. Now it's being played by Vincent D'Onofrio. You're not providing anything, Papa SCG. I wish the loudest voice against race swaps was mine, was what I'm trying to say. But instead it's, those racists are really bad. And I know I'm doing meaningful work. I'll shut them up. Yeah, they are racist. They are bad. They are stupid. They do have hateful reasons. I have progressive reasons for why you playing this character satisfies their black requirements on that pie chart that I saw on WB's website last year, where they're trying to maintain 12.3% Black/African American for their projects. You just did that right there at the cost of not getting a black character who stays black, Papa Isiju. I'm done.
Yeah.
I was frozen. Damn, I hate when that happens. That's been happening a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I said my piece on it. I don't know why they're doing it. I mean, I think we even said when it first got announced that he was going to be subjected to the hatred and things like that. He said he'd be lying if it didn't affect him emotionally. I just don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't know. Don't know. There's not even any really black folks in Harry Potter, and you went and made one of the main characters black. As I say every time we talk about it, I can only think of the two. The 10 points for Gryffindor, little girl, and old boy from How to Get Away with Murder. Those are the only two I can think of. There are some black, I think, that are like backgrounds. I think. But yeah, 10 points for Gryffindor and How to Get Away with Murder, girl or boy.
Let's get away from this race swap topic. Next up, Wonder
There's
Man
another race swap topic. Yeah, Wonder Man
has been officially renewed for season 2 at Disney Plus. Just rewind 10 seconds ago. Everything I said earlier.
Y'all, I you know what? As much as I didn't like Wonder Man, I saw it coming. I knew Wonder Man was getting renewed because they said, who was it what scooper said that? Was it Daniel? Might have been Daniel RPK that said that. But with when he said that, in conjunction with everybody's praise toward it, yeah, Marvel saw that and said, hey, we got one. It worked. They liked it. Let's do a season 2. I thought Wonder Man was dog shit. But a lot of people really liked it. So
imagine wanting a black TV show with a black superhero and a black from Marvel Productions, resources of Marvel, the press and all the reach that they get. And they tell you that it's this guy named Simon Williams and they give him 2 seasons. Like, that sucks because there's so few TV shows that they do, maybe 2 a year now. There's so few, and then one of them is going to be a season of Wonder Man again. Too bad.
I wonder if this new model going into this new, I guess, era, I guess you could say, of the MCU after Doomsday, because the last TV show we're getting before Doomsday is Vision Quest, and then after that is either on their slate somewhere or not announced. So I wonder if they are going to take a new approach to these shows, as far as like, are we actually going to see them use their powers? Is it actually going to be a superhero show where they're doing superhero things, or is this going to be another
cost-effective television series?
Yeah. Because I mean, what is Wonder Man doing in this next season? Running with Trevor? Yeah, not excited. But again, it's not for me. It's for everybody that loved it. I don't have to see Wonder Man. No one's forcing me to watch Wonder Man. I'm not going to watch Wonder Man.
Maybe Toussaint can be in this season.
Is that in the W? Is he? I think he got asked if he was going to be in Doomsday or Secret Wars.
No, that would require planning, and that would mean that Kevin Feige cares about this character.
You don't think he cares about Simon Williams?
I beg to differ.
Not Wonder Man?
Mm-mm.
He cares about Miles. He supposedly asked could they use him. And Sony said no.
Kevin Feige was asking to use Miles Morales. That's strange.
He was. And so, well, this is according to the Geeky Cast. And Sony said no. But this is not really big news or news really, because Sony already told us that they were going to say. Sony said, do not expect to, Amy Pascal said, do not expect to see Miles Morales until they are done doing what they're doing with, and when they do, in live action rather, and when they do it, they are going to do it. Now, maybe that has changed due to this new, because that was before the reports were coming out about, oh, they have this new relationship and it's working so well, and Kevin Feige even let Amy Pascal handle most of Brand New Day while he was handling Doomsday, and and I think they also, in that report, was that Sony's open to letting Marvel use Spider-Man and the IP a lot more and projects and blah blah blah. So since that was after she had said what she said about him not being in live action till they're done doing what they're doing in animation, maybe maybe we see him in something with Marvel Studios in live action soon. But I don't think so. I think I think that Sony's still gonna try to do what they're gonna try to do with Spider-Man, and it's kind of like that argument I use with Coogler. Why are you playing with my toys first? So I'm sure they'll do a Miles live action film first.
Yeah. Good for Sony. Kevin, you've got Spider-Man already, you idiot. And when Tom Holland's contract expires and he gets too expensive and he's older and we've got our fill of him, that's when you do Miles Morales, you dumbass. If you were to do Miles now, the clock is on. This teenager you just casted needs to appear more and more and more in his teenage years. I think that Doctor Strange happened in 2016 and the other one was in 2022. There were 6 years between movies. Or Black Panther was 2018, then 2022. That was 4 years. And then the next one is 2028, we think, which will be 6 years. I don't want to watch Miles Morales as a teen for only one movie because that would be stupid. That would be like, what's the point? Part of him that makes him different from all the superheroes is his youth. So be sure that when it is time to cast your Miles, you have movie 1 and movie 2 already planned out, paced a couple years apart, like you did with Peter when he was younger. Make sure you plan it properly. Doesn't mean you can't write the movie now. Like, just wait for Sony to give the permission. Write the movies out now and anticipate that you'll be doing them in year 2035 or whenever it is that you're done with Tom.
Yeah. Would we mind a Miles Morales Spider-Man universe in Sony or with Sony? I wouldn't mind it if I wouldn't mind Sony doing it as long as they can. I need it connected to the main MCU timeline, though. Personally, we've seen a Sony crafted Spider-Man universe, and we know what that looks like. Just because you've had this resurgence, and you're like, "Oh, we're done with the villains," but hey, actually, we're gonna still do this whole villains thing, but we're rebooting it, and we're gonna add Spider-Man a lot more. Just because Sony, you've sung that song before. So I don't know if I trust them alone to do a Miles Morales trilogy.
Well, you said in the same universe, but in a different universe, but in the same timeline?
No, in the same universe, same timeline, same universe. I just need them they need to consult with Marvel.
Yeah, that'd be the optimal best case scenario. I agree.
Yeah, it needs to take place in the MCU. I don't want it to be like, oh, this is an off thing and he could pop up in the MCU. No, I don't want no coulds. He just needs to be in the MCU.
I think most of the chat will agree with that one. You introduced that Spider Fam properly. Wonder Man Season 2, no Miles, no recast of T'Challa, never see Blue Marvel. Sam Wilson is a background character. Nobody knows what's up with Rhodey. They forgot about Patriot.
I forgot about Rhodey.
Yeah. It's not very good. Yeah. It's terrible. Andrew Garfield was asked. What are you going to say?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Asked about his appearance in this movie.
You had a text chain with Tom about the latest drop of the Spider-Man trailer. What did you tell him?
I haven't seen it yet with sound. I've seen it without sound because I was in a makeup chair. I didn't want to disturb everyone. But it looks cool. It looks very, very cool.
Have you had a text chain with...
Is he in this movie or not? I haven't seen it with the sound. I've seen it without sound.
Is he in Brand New Day? I don't think so. And I hope not. And that's me saying that. Y'all know Andrew is my Spider-Man. I think it cheapens No Way Home if you put him or Toby in Brand New Day. I don't. That's too soon. Secret Wars, fine. Perfect. But Brand New Day, that's like once again taking it away from Tom.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh, well, Tom, not only is everyone that's already in this movie, but now Andrew Garfield's in this movie. It's like, no. And I love Andrew, bro. That's my Spider-Man. That is my Spider-Man. But no.
This guy is going to advertise Spider-Man no matter what he's actually there for. The background says The Magic Fairway Tree. That's the movie he's part of. That's what he wants to talk about. He's on the poster of it. But they come with the Spider-Man questions. And hopefully that's going to work out for him during the rest of his career, because it's not going to stop, because we saw it. We saw it happen in No Way Home. He's going to be expected every single Spider-Man movie. You know, you guys are doing multiverse, right? You know, why don't you come through a portal again? You know, I don't know if you believe me or not, but I'm not the wolf. That's just the life.
Yeah. I hope they don't do that, though. I really don't. Like I said, Secret Wars, cool. Maybe even Doomsday, if one of them. I think Toby's apparently in Doomsday. Doomsday's supposed to open with Tobey Maguire, rumorly wise. Tobey Maguire and the X-Men. Grain of salt. That's what the scoopers say. But I think that's fine. You want to put Toby in that one? For either one of them to be in Tom's next movie solo film, no.
I hope to see him at Secret Wars, because I want every superhero that's ever existed, including Powerpuff Girls, to be in Secret Wars. And then I'm done.
Yeah. I need him in Secret Wars. I need him to get that third movie that he's never going to get, but he should.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller have revealed they were offered a live-action Spider-Man film. It is unknown if this was an MCU film or a Sony spin-off film.
And I trust Lord and Miller. I like them. I trust them.
These guys wouldn't say no to the real Peter Parker Spider-Man movie. So whatever they were offered was probably the Sony movie.
Probably. But Sony's not interested in doing a real Peter Parker movie. They want to do things that are around Peter Parker adjacent, but not Peter Parker himself.
I feel studios executives are the type of people who'll say, you are doing a Spider-Man film. It is a Spider-Man, because this person gets bit by a spider. That's Spider-Man. Didn't you see Spider-Verse? That's how it works. And they probably gave him like Jessica Drew, and they said no.
Yeah. I mean, this is the studio, and again, I've never seen Madam Web, but from people that have told me the entire film's a premonition. So, just like, what? Oh gosh, nah, no, Sony. But I like Phil and Lord. I'm sorry, Phil and Lord. I like Lord and Miller. I think they're good with Spider-Man. I think they understand Spider-Mans. And again, until that Kang stuff was all changed and switched because of Jonathan Majors, they were on board. They were a part of the chain of leading us to Secret Wars. Not saying that they were like giving ideas on how to direct Secret Wars, but they were a part of that. Miguel O'Hara's little AI system he was using was supposedly, rumor wise, when they were still doing the Kang stuff, given to him by Kang. And that was a version of Miss Minutes that Miguel O'Hara was using, and he was working with Kang and all this kind of stuff. And they changed it also. I trust Lord and Miller. They seem to know what they're doing and understand Spider-Man, so give them more. They were also going to do something. What was it? Either Game of Thrones or Star Wars.
Yeah, they were going to be part of a Han Solo's movie, and they didn't
That's
work out.
right. That's right. And then Kathy farted them away. That is right.
Every Doctor Doom so far. Well, this reminds me of that like T'Challa stuff, where we go, look how many people can play the character.
That's why I sent that, because it was like, even how many people have played Doom? Not a lot, but still. Didn't Julian? Yeah, he passed 2007. Or no, when did he pass? He passed recently, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
did.
I feel like one of these guys has passed. I remember that story.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
He could still be in Secret Wars.
He did. He passed July this past summer.
Maybe they filmed his part. Maybe they don't need him to film it. Maybe they could just reanimate him like they did in the Flash movie with Christopher Reeve.
That shit's weird. You know, one of his best movies that I know him from is Premonitions with Sandra Bullock. Very good movie. Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
It's a very good movie. She keeps waking up every day with like something different that's happened. Like her husband's death. She wakes up every day. One day she wakes up, he's dead. The next day she wakes up, he's alive. It's a really good movie.
Sure, yeah.
But I don't know who these other people are outside of RDJ.
Me either.
Never seen the Fantastic Four from the 90s. I don't know why they put Julian above this one from the terrible what's his name? Michael B. Jordan one.
Yeah.
Because isn't that the Toby Campbell guy?
They got it wrong.
Yeah, his Doom was the worst Doom. That movie was the worst adaptation of the Fantastic Four.
Well, they'll be represented somehow. If they need a new Human Torch, get Michael B. You think it's Killmonger the whole time? Flame on. Recast T'Challa. You know, I got the artist who's part of the comic books where Shuri becomes Panther. I met him at Comic-Con here, and he was like, "Yeah, you got to recast T'Challa."
Really? You should have got that on
I got it.
video.
I got it on video. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'll edit it. So look out for that. Maybe I'll release it on Thursday. After this static what do you call it? Dakota incident FOC on March 30th. Maybe after that, I will release the videos of Ken Lashley saying you need to recast. Look out for that. I'm gonna plug it every stream we do, I'm gonna plug that. I'm gonna say it's coming, everybody. Give it watch time. Give it a thumbs up. That's what I'll do, and then maybe it'll go viral. That's how things work. Hype the video. Use your hype points from YouTube. Can I share something? Share screen, content. I did a video recently with you, and we were talking about Bob Iger, okay? In the first 7 days, you can see how it performed down here. Something happened where it just got an extra push, and I think that's the hype. I think people were hyping the video, and so it got reached to more people because there's not supposed to be a second wind when you put out videos. It's supposed to just eventually plateau.
Yeah, it was a good one though.
It was a good one, nice and long.
Yeah, that was not a bad one. Trying to see.
What part of today's stream are we gonna clip to become the next good one?
I don't know if there were any moments like that from today.
I got fired up for that Snape thing, but everyone said my screen was frozen, so I can't use it.
Your screen's frozen now.
Really? Can you
tell
me what am I doing wrong? Okay, hold up.
I don't know. It's frozen
now. Frozen still?
No, not now.
Okay. Every time what triggers it?
To be honest, I don't know.
But bigging myself made it return. That's
You'll return sometimes when you're even like that. But for a lot of the time, majority of the stream, you have been with us, but not.
Uh-huh. Got to pay these internet bills. So the last one that we have teed up would be Luke Cage and Mike Coulter. Let's listen in.
And all the Netflix stuff being declared canon to the MCU. I'm curious as to where you think Luke would be now, because the last time we saw him, he was
He's still in Harlem.
He's still in Harlem.
He's still in Harlem.
You think he maybe could forgive Jessica and maybe?
Oh yeah. Well, it's a toxic relationship. Of course he can forgive her. That's how it goes. That's probably what's the best part of the relationship is like. It's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. They're like hate smashing. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's like it's just one of those things. It's like there's a chemical reaction, and there's this thing where you're like I don't know. We just imagine meeting somebody who's got strong as you are, and you both can do stuff, and I don't know, that'd be kind of awesome. And you hook up, it's gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. Like I don't know. So I feel like it's just like we just have this chemistry. So I feel like you totally can forgive that.
And how would you feel necessarily about Luke becoming a father with Jessica?
Well, it's been written and it makes sense, and was it planned? I don't know, but it's just one of those things. And I mean, why not? Why not? That'd be kind of crazy, for sure.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great questions. Thank you all so much for coming. And
Thank you guys.
Really wasn't a good question. What do you think if you have a kid? Well, yeah, if they write it, sure. It's in the comics, so that's what I expect.
I say get him, get Mike Coulter back in. Go ahead and let him be Luke Cage in the MCU. It's already canon now. So let him do it. Need more black heroes in here, black lead heroes in the MCU.
You got one, Wonder Man. Shut up.
Oh no,
that's my problem. That he exists and he's getting a second season, so Kevin Feige can tell me, what do you mean? It's right there. Representation satisfied. You guys are paranoid. You think we hate the blacks? No, we don't.
No, I say get him in. Get Mike Coulter back in. Get him back in there.
Can I speak to the environment at MegaCon? Every time he said something, everyone chuckled. Like he's just having fun speaking about his character. It looks like a good environment in MegaCon.
Isn't CCXP coming up?
Yeah, is that one Chicago or is that C2E2?
I'm not
CXP
sure.
Brazil.
Oh, okay, maybe that's not the one that's coming up.
San Diego happens in July, and then New York Comic Con is October.
They just said that Welcome to Derry Season 2 is officially in the works. That's good. That's good. I'm glad, because that first season was something amazing. They said we are all working towards it, and we're working the studio, or we are working. The studio is working. It's just that we want to make it real, and we need the material. Yeah, well, whatever you need to do it. You're frozen now. Whatever you need to do it, because that. If you watched Welcome to Derry, then you know that was some great shit.
I saw all 10 episodes. It was great.
Great shit. Some good stuff from Pennywise, good stuff from all those kids too. Good movie. And I feel like the way they ended it, you gotta go into season 2. A lot of stuff is getting a lot of second seasons. We got House of the Dragon this summer. Next month we've got Michael, we've got Shadow Lords, something else is in April too.
You're talking about the movie with Halle Bailey, You, Me, and Tuscany.
I wasn't, but I I saw that trailer again. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, but it also doesn't look like paying for it good.
Ooh, you need to pay for it. We need it to be that good. Is there a Super Mario coming in April?
Is that in April?
It's soon.
I think it might be in April. Yeah, I agree. Welcome to Dairy Stranger Things. Welcome to Dairy over Stranger Things all day. I don't know if you wave your hand in front of your camera, it might come back on. Maybe it's when you're moving or not moving. I don't know what it is. I don't know what does it.
It's fine. We're done anyways. We're at the end of the stream, except for that super chat that just came in. Let's play it. Will we see Blade before Wonder Woman 3 for a lead black Jedi? Or lead black Jedi will never happen.
He's saying that's World War III.
Okay. World War 3. I don't know, because I feel like the European nations right now are telling America, no, we're not going to get involved. You can't use our airspace. We will not put our military at risk. So could it really be a world if it's just the States and occupied Palestine? If it's just those two places? So anyway, but that's my opinion on the world war. Let's get back to Blade. I think we see, of all these things, a lead black Jedi is impossible. Blade film is more likely.
Why do you say a lead black Jedi is impossible? You don't think we can see that?
Yeah, I don't think we see that one. I think they tried it. Damon Lindelof wanted to cast Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and they decided not to do it.
Well, do I think we'll see Blade? I don't know. Probably not. And if so, it's not Mahershala.
And if it's not Mahershala and it's not a Blade movie, it's going to be a Midnight Suns movie.
And then a black Jedi, black lead Jedi. Nah, I think the closest you get to that is if they ever did anything with Sam.
One thing going for Black Lead Jedi, Arthur, is that these movies don't make money in China. Star Wars is not popular there, so you're not afraid of the international audience. What do we do if there's going to be a black lead? That doesn't matter because they're not coming anyways. They think only they got 15 million for Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. They don't care in China.
Star Wars.
The War of Stars.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Probably those things are what I think. I don't think that there's going to be a lead black Jedi unless you're using Sam. Or maybe animated. Think they do it animated? Maybe.
Lauren says that China doesn't hate black people. They showed up for Black Panther. China showed up for their ritual of watching Marvel movies, which they've been doing all decade long. They've been showing up more and more. Iron Man 3 even changed a couple scenes to include a Chinese doctor towards the ending of Iron Man 3. So when China showed up for Black Panther, which they did show up for, I don't want to make the blanket statement that that doesn't mean they don't hate them, because if I compared the numbers for Captain Marvel, which was a year later, there were more people who watched Captain Marvel than watched Black Panther. If we put the numbers in perspective, World War III is most likely, I guess. World War III by July, if possible, is possible. We have that coming out. Maui Black in my book. Maui? Is that the name of The Rock's character? He's Polynesian. Just like Piccolo is from Namek.
He said explain Shang-Chi. They didn't care about him.
Explain Shang-Chi. No, what do you mean? They didn't show it. They didn't make money in China, yeah, but it was because whatever their reasons were, I think the actor said something that was anti-China. It never showed in China. It would have done great. Did Shang-Chi have a Chinese release? Am I imagining this? Didn't they go like 2 years with no Chinese releases since Endgame all the way until Ant-Man Quantumania? Wakanda Forever got a release in China, but it was already out in the movies for like 2 months. Am I wrong on that? I'm pretty sure I'm right on that one.
I don't know. You talking about Wakanda Forever? I don't know.
Wakanda Forever was the first movie that was allowed back in China since Endgame, but there was like a solid 2-3 year gap of time where no movies were showing in China for Marvel.
Yeah, no, they. I do remember that actually for Wakanda Forever. Yeah,
and it finally got on, but it was only a week before Quantumania when it debuted in China.
Quantumania, ew, what a stinker!
I was okay with Quantumania. I was fine with it.
What?
Yeah, I don't see what everyone else sees. I also think Love and Thunder isn't as bad as people say it is. I'll have to revisit it. I'm gonna revisit all these for Doomsday. So what? Doomsday comes in December. Sometime this year, I will watch every Phase 4 Marvel movie, and I will have a different outlook on this stuff. I'll be like, that didn't matter. That does matter. I got to remember that character. Yelena Belova and all the all the Thunderbolts.
I don't know if I can sit through Quantumania is some ass. The only good parts of Quantumania are Kang. That's it.
Will you rewatch Wakanda Forever for your Doomsday rewatch?
Absolutely not. I have seen that movie one time and one time only, and I refuse to ever willingly watch that film again.
Sometimes I'll see someone clip it on shorts or even on Twitter, and I'll go, wait, when did this happen? What? Where? And I'm thinking it's a scene from Black Panther 1 because I just erased it from my memory. I don't want to revisit it. I don't want to laugh at the lines. Even though there are some jokes in there, I don't want to enjoy it. Everything related to that movie, I'm allergic to.
Yeah, no thanks. I have no reason to revisit that movie. Yeah, Love and Thunder is some abysmal shit too. I really don't like that one. There's not a lot I like from after Endgame anyway. WandaVision.
Andre, I want to give you thanks. I hope you can see my screen and I'm not frozen, but thank you because when Everything Always did that video about Damson Idris, you were in there with the comment about T'Child. I'm like, good. And he got there early. I watched that video from Michael Roman and I was like 8 hours, 10 hours too late. So I didn't even bother writing a comment.
Michael Roman irritates me. His Black Panther videos are irritating.
He knows. He's aware of the noise, and he kind of steers away from T'Challa, Toussaint on purpose. He didn't mention once at all Toussaint. He just talked about Damson being cast as Black Panther, and he was so selective with his wording that he's aware of you and I and our videos.
I know. Yeah, I know he's aware of the movement for sure. It's just irritating how he goes in there. I mean, I know it's for you got to pay your bills. It's for clicks and just repeating shit that you don't factually have the answers to. Like the one video he did after the little fashion show thing. And if you look really closely here at these pictures from the fashion show, you look right behind Damson Idris, and he's holding Queen Ramonda's hand right here. And if you look really close back there, you can see some really prominent Marvel actors in the back. And I'm like, no, you can't. There's no prominent Marvel actors in the back. He was like, and some of these black, or he didn't say black. He's like, some of these ladies here are even a part of the Dora Milaje. No, they're not. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? So he irritates me with his videos.
His videos all are short form. Look at this: 11-minute, 9-minute, 10-minute, 9-minute.
That's the formula. That is how you
8-minute.
do it. That's how
Well,
you do it.
You know what? He's got a couple short ones actually. How about that?
And you know what? Again, the man is paying his bills. That is the formula. You don't, to me, when we first started, I used to do videos like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. No. That sweet spot is a 10 to 12-minute video. Once you get over that 15 minute mark, unless it's an engaging conversation, like the video I did of when we were debating about Bo, that's an hour video. Well, that video's got really good views on it because it's an engaging video. But unless there's something that like that, you're gonna lose people's attention after 5 to 10 minutes, if even that long.
And if your video is 7 minutes and 59 seconds, you're not allowed to add ads in the middle of the video, mid-roll ads.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hate the player. I don't hate the game, though. I get it. I get it. You got to do what you got to do. Make your money.
So why don't we do it? We got to do that. We got to do the 8-minute chunks. We got to have that sweet spot of 10-minute videos.
Yeah. As soon as I get, which is this week when I get my editor back, I'll be cutting some of these topics. And that is very true, Lawrence. Bo has disappeared. Where the fuck is Bo? That man ain't peeped, squeaked. He ain't chimed in and gave his whitewashed opinions.
He's busy
Where's
winning.
Bo?
Busy winning an ongoing lawsuit.
How you know that man is winning?
All right, we'll find out.
You know what? That is a lawsuit I really can't wait for, because if it comes out, that we were indeed right about Bo, the conversation on this channel.
We were right? What do you mean we were right?
Well, when I say we, let me talk. I guess I'm talking about me, myself, and I, the three of us over here, that we were right on the things that people were saying about him, that he was sending himself and his underwear dressed as Magneto to his employers. Yeah.
I think he's going to get the Gina Carano treatment of, we actually really love Gina and we can't wait to look forward to working with her in the future.
We will see. Is his court case going on right now?
I don't know the dates.
Is that like public knowledge? I'm sure it is, right?
He filed. It was him who did the legal motion against them. So, and they'll never take it to court. They will easily settle this thing. I'd love it now if they did. If nothing went to discovery and secrets were out, but that never happens. Colin Kaepernick, I also would have loved if he hadn't settled that too, but he settled. And why not? You become a millionaire. I hear you. Still.
So why did he scrub his Twitter?
Did he?
I'm looking at it. Okay, maybe not. Hold on. No, he just hasn't said anything since January. Interesting. Maybe he's dealing with his case. Maybe not.
Oh, it's 100% related.
But okay, so if he's dealing with his case and they just settle, well, then that's no fun. That's no fun.
I want answers too. I want answers badly.
Yeah, I don't want them to just settle. That wouldn't be fun at all. I need to know.
I want to know everything. I want to know about. I want to see apologies for treatment of. I want to see who was the one who actually made that joke about you look just like Mahershala Ali or Wesley Snipes. You look like Blade. I want answers. I want consequences. I want news and I want drama. Disney does not want that. They will not let that happen.
I just want to know if this man was sending himself to his co-workers. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Was you sending yourself to your co-workers, Bo? Were they making that up? You know, I've been watching a hell of a lot of Judge Judy lately. You took this shit to Judy, she'd have figured that out in 30 minutes or less. 30 minutes or less.
Hey, that's a nice ring. Can you hand it over to the bailiff and then you lose the ring forever?
She would have said, boy, she would have got him. She'd have got him. She would have said, sir, no, I'm speaking. I'm talking. Sir, were you or were you not sending yourself inappropriately to your coworkers? It's an easy question. I fucking love her. She is so funny. I've been watching a lot of her stuff. And what took me down that rabbit hole, I saw a short of her going off on somebody, and I was like, let me go watch some full episodes of Judith.
Let's go to a super chat. You like the X-Men 97 touch?
I like it.
Rest in peace to the creator of Bay. Should thank him, LOL. Of OnlyFans.
He did pass at 40, 43, 49. He did
Was
pass.
it an assassination? Do we know the details?
I don't know if there's details, but I know he passed.
I know that he's one of the biggest donators to APAC. So that's why I asked, is it an assassination? Like maybe he was going to take away his loyalty and something like that.
Well, he's gone. So somebody's either going to take over OnlyFans or people are about to be out of a lot of jobs. Somebody will take over OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't want to hear that, Andre. I don't want to hear that. I wonder that sometimes. If it is staged. I know someone that was on the Steve Wilkos show. Steve. I know someone that was on that show. And they said the same in ways.
I'm trying to figure out why Battery wanted us to cover the death of the OnlyFans creator.
Paying his respects.
All right,
maybe Battery has an OnlyFans account. You don't have to be a creator to have an account.
Ask us a follow-up question about that because, you paid. You get your money's worth, Battery. Watch Ellison buy OF. Who knows, bro? Does it really matter though whether it's Ellison, Zaslav, or whoever owns it? If they all funnel money to the same source, I'm gonna hate it.
OnlyFans, what a great way to get money. Easy way to get money. But the only thing about that is you have to be a
little okay, because Bodemea was paying bills with OnlyFans. Yeah.
That is true. He wasn't he? He was putting his explanations behind an OnlyFans paywall, which was very strange. That was always weird. It's like, why are you doing this on OnlyFans? Elon Musk. He said that no. He is not. But he said that he was going to personally donate to all the TSA workers. The videos of ICE at the airports harassing folks, separating families at baggage claim. Crazy. And this motherfucker talking about he's debating on sending the National Guard to these airports. So I tell you what, those files they're terrible. They're terrible. Because the stuff that you're doing to distract people from the Epstein, and at this point it really doesn't even matter anymore. By the time you get them files, they're gonna be so remixed to ignition, it ain't gonna be funny. So you'll never see we'll never see what's really truly in there. But this is and there's three more.
Let me show you two tweets that I just saw. One, It says we asked for Blue Marvel, Brother Voodoo, Don Cheadle's Armor Wars, Luke Cage to return, and an adaptation of The Crew. We asked for original black characters. This race swap comedic slop of a show really got renewed, but T'Challa can't be recast. Effing MCU sheep. I feel the same way, Brother Stark. And then the second tweet I'll show you is something a little more positive coming out of Joseph Village. And the news story of the month is the Dakota incident. Unanimous praise for new history of the DC Universe Dakota incident from DC and Dakota. New history of the DC Universe Dakota incident second printing drops April 22 with the Dan Mora cover. Final day to pre-order at your shop is March 30th. Do it this week. And there's all the publicity that this book got. You have until March 30th to pre-order this book. Get acquainted with your shops. Let them know you want it. They'll pull one aside for you on April 22, as long as you ask this week. If you do it this week, they will print as many as there's needed. They will distribute as many that it needs to be distributed. This is when comic book sales are sold before the book comes out a month in advance. Okay? Okay. Can't be understated how comics are ordered before release day. We can't just go and get it off the shelf. We need to tell our shops about it so that they can put it aside. And maybe they'll even label it with your name on it. You can go on websites for some shops who are more advanced. You can get these books before April 22 when it releases. You can order every cover. You can order multiple covers because it's Dan Mora. Salute to Dan Mora, by the way. He messaged me back on Instagram on my video. I did a video where I was like, Toronto says thank you to Dan for his cover. And like, yeah, he responded. So it was nice.
Dope. Dope. Do you see Bob Iger recalls Lucas's critiques on The Force Awakens? He says he didn't hide his disappointment. There's nothing new, he said. In each of these films in the original trilogy, it was important to him to present new worlds, new stories, new characters, and new technologies. In this one, he said there weren't enough visuals or technical leaps forward. He wasn't wrong. But he also wasn't appreciating the pressure we were under to give fans a film that felt quintessentially Star Wars. We'd intentionally created a world that was visually and tonally connected to the earlier films. Mm-hmm. To not stray too far from the people that loved and expected, and George was criticizing us for the very thing we were trying to do. Well, he was right. You were wrong. You were wrong. All of you are wrong. Yeah. No, should have done it George's way. George's original story.
George sold it. And George gave you Kathleen Kennedy, huh? You know that? Yeah. I hate that complaint because there's some validity to it, but the reason I hate it is because, damn, who knew that one of the greatest producers that exists would have no concept of a trilogy needs to have the whole thing mapped out with the same writer each time? Who would have known she would have just done 3 movies? You can do what you want, and then you do what you want, and then it's your turn next.
Yeah. Star Wars.
Yeah. Let's do another super chat. Quasimodo. Can they not do animated films for Milestone? Can they not do animated films for Milestone? Well, that's why we got to show up at the comic shop to prove Milestone is worth the effort. They just don't, because we don't show up. And even though everyone's saying about, we sold out the Dakota incident, it was extremely low ordered. Of course, we sold out something that only had 1 book on the shelf. We haven't done anything yet. I'm gonna show my milestone video. Hold on, stay with me. I just had it open. Giving a thank you to Dan Mora for the second printing cover of Static. Let's start with Ken. Lastly,
that is a sick cover. super talented guy. I think he's the best guy in the business. I could be wrong, but I do like his stuff. I love the color, and absolutely one of the best guys out there. Love Dan Mora. Keep rocking it, baby.
It's always a good time when Static Shock gets another cover. Yeah, I love seeing it.
Yeah, this is fire, man. Dan Mora, thank you, man.
Wow, this is nice. Thanks, Dan.
What do you think?
I think it's a cool cover, yeah.
You ever seen this guy before? Nope.
No.
But he's cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Static. What do you got to say to the artist?
The artist did a really good job, put a lot of dedication to his artwork. Wow.
Hey, Dan, my name's William, and I'm a huge Static fan. As you can see.
The crazy thing is, the vendor he got this from, I was just talking to him earlier. Anyways, I'm just saying, he's this guy William right here, big Static fan, and he told me he was from South Carolina, actually. And he just came to Toronto because he needed to do a cold trip with his woman. But like, he was a true fan. We actually like chit-chatted a little bit longer than just this video.
See, getting Dakota Incident to a second printing was great. You doing the second printing cover was amazing. We appreciate you being a part of Milestone, being a part of this movement, and showing love to Static and all the Milestone characters. We appreciate it, and I'd love to see you on some more Milestone covers.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
The video goes on. It's like 2 minutes long. But as you can see, I hope you guys can read that. Dan Mora, he says, thank you all. So he got to see it. And I like that because we don't often get Dan Mora, comic book artists on books like Static and stuff. So I want them to feel welcome and not like, oh, am I doing a black book? Is that okay? Is this insensitive? Nah, bro. Welcome the top tier artist, the best artist for DC aside from Jim Lee. He's doing a Static book and it's fine. I think that got across there.
Dope.
Yeah. But right. They could do an animated movie also with Milestone. Maybe the Dan Mora cover will make people want to buy the book who don't usually buy Static, and they'll go, what a nice cover. He's using electric abilities. It's cool. Looks good. Remember Simon Pegg talked trash on the prequels and then played a small role in the sequels, thinking they were any better? Prequels have better lightsaber battles, characters acting, everything. Mm-hmm.
No one will ever convince me that the prequels aren't good. And back to DC. Not Static related, but they are not doing a season 5, which we kind of already knew, of Young Justice. Not happening. So enjoy Young Justice seasons 1 through 4 and the massive cliffhanger that will never be resolved. And all the, there's several stories going on. So all the cliffhangers that will never be resolved.
Never. What they promised us at Fandom won't happen. I am Too Fly Cam. I really don't want my comic book shop having my name. They be weird AF in there. What's your name? Cam? I assumed it was Cam. It's not Too Fly.
What do you mean they wait? What did they?
Because I said you go to your shop, you give them your name, and they'll file it alphabetically under your all your comics.
Yeah, but you, not that you said something about before you read his. You said it was about Young Justice. What did you say?
Oh, at DC Fandom, the creators like Reginald Hudlin and all the other Milestone heads, they said we're working on an animated Milestone.
Oh. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's not gonna come. We're not doing an animated Static Shock.
Like new animated, yeah.
Yeah. Let's call it a stream. Thank you for all the super chats that came in, especially the later ones. That's the news items for today. And we'll be back tomorrow afternoon too.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm swallowing as I said that. Pause. Yes, we are back tomorrow. We're back Wednesday, Thursday. I know we normally don't do Fridays, but I think we're doing Friday too. So yeah, come back, hang out with us tomorrow, hang out with us Wednesday, the rest of this week. We're live on Thursday with Marcus over the back of the bus. So yeah, come join and tell more people to come join. If you're new here, you're not subscribed to myself, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Chill, subscribe. And we're going to try to get these individual videos and then everything else pumped out a little bit better and more. So get with us.
Bye.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything, the biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.